Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. How to think about that? You know, this review is going to go all over the place because I, if you watch this episode, can you just sit there and take a moment of silence to appreciate Brooke being an absolute 100% total hypocrite and laughable at the same time? This woman, Brooke, told Daphne to have some class. She just walked not that long ago. She just walked out of a little fitting area in a bra and panties to try to get Reg's attention, and she had the audacity to sit there and tell Daphne to have some class. Given Brooke's long track record, she lost the authority to ever tell anybody to have some class. Anybody. Like, no one. That's not even vocabulary that she should even be allowed to use. Like that's just how hilarious that was. Have some class. I had to pause that shit and just take a good walk before I came back. I was like, hold on. Is this now what's hilarious about this is that you literally got two pathetic ass women. Daphne Smith is saying, well, your daughter dumped him, and I want to be with him, and Brooks was talking about, I'm not going to let you come in between Carter and my daughter. You know, maybe you should just quit like you said that you were going to do. Maybe you should just do that. Because the constant whining about Ridge, and I want to be with Ridge, and I can't be with Ridge, and maybe I shouldn't be here. Well, then leave. You can leave. You know that, right? Yeah, you did all this great stuff for Forrester, and that's great. Contributions and all. Don't get me wrong. It's great. You can leave tomorrow, and I don't think anyone would actually care. Only unless you're a Brooke Logan fan, but most people would be like, "So we're throwing a party, right? We have DJs and everything like that. It's just fatty everywhere." Now, before Daphne was doing that, she was once again throwing herself at Carter, and the Smith is saying, "Should I stay or should I go?" You're planning on going. Now you send it there saying that you're staying for a man. You don't seem the type of person that would stay for a man or give up anything for a man. I feel like she's the type of person that just did her own thing, and if a man just happened to be a part of that plan, cool, but she never set out for that. She just has that, I don't need a man to sit there and complete my life, or that type of energy. The same way that Taylor was not there sprouting that stuff, and then Ridge. And now she's all like, oh, I'm all about Ridge and everything like that, but I don't need a man, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. So you got that going on. I'm pretty sure Katie's even tired of listening to her sister whine about wanting to be with Ridge. Um, Cardi pretty much is like, listen, you're a beautiful woman and everything like that, but, you know, I'm not done with being with somebody who, um, technically he should just wash his hands from Hulk personally. Um, Yeah, just straight up wash his hands with her. But Carter's an idiot, so there's that. Luna, for the billionth time, has been snipped there. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but she's snipped there trying to get his attention, Will's attention. Will does look at her a couple of times. Okay, dude got eyes, but he's also like, you can go. He says it over and over and over again, and eventually, pathetic ass Luna gets the hint, and after being so desperate and pathetic, she decides to leave. Now, I read, isn't it they giving Elektra a pep talk? Well, you know, you should wait as long as you can, and Will should understand, or something like that. And I kind of I kind of pushed back a little bit on that because I was like, Will doesn't have to understand, and he doesn't have to sit there and wait as long as it takes. He can leave. I said this in my stream. I'll say this again. A woman has a right to what she does with her body. A man has a right to how he chooses to spend his time. It's just that simple. Everyone has rights and choices in this situation, and not either of them should feel guilty or shame for it. Electra shouldn't have to sit there and feel shame for not wanting to give in to sex. Will should not have to feel guilty or shamed if he chooses to depart from that relationship at any point in time. You know, we talk about equal rights all the time, but they go both ways, and I feel like sometimes some women have this way of just forgetting that or blocking out of their minds or whatever the hell it is that they do, and it irritates the living life out of me. We'll have choices. So after the pep talk, Electra goes to Will, and Will tells her, "Oh, by the way, Luna was here." And of course, we're gonna get to the other parts. Poppy versus Electra. I mean, Poppy versus Sheila. Slap the fire out of her. She was like, "You don't know who I am." And pretty much Poppy don't wash her hands from Luna because she's like, you're just as crazy as Luna. Wow. Okay. Didn't see that coming. So then Sheila starts going on and on and on. You're this, you're that, you're a drug addict, da 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 da. Sorry, hold on, let me try it again. There we go. There we go. I had to sit there and add some thunder to that. And that's exactly what happens. She smacks the piss out of her again. The waiters are just kind of hanging back or whatever. I'm like, don't you think you should call Deacon at some point? No? We're just going to stand there and gawk? Okay, that's cool too, I guess. So at this point, Poppy picks up some breadsticks, and and Sheila just shove cake in her mouth. Then she leaves. Um, and then, no, Poppy leaves. And then Luna comes in, and Luna's like, want to explain all that? Um, and it pretty much kind of ends there. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Now, I'm not going to be doing a live stream tonight, but I will be back tomorrow doing a live stream. Talk about all the stuff that happened from today, as well as the stuff that's going to go on tomorrow. And yeah, with that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next stream, which is tomorrow, and the next video, which is tomorrow.